Alright you guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do, but I hope that you guys are here for it. We're going to do some arts and crafts here. We're going to do some crafting with my new Cricut Joy. So obviously this video is sponsored by Cricut. I want to thank them so much for just sending me all this stuff, and you guys are going to see like all the stuff that they sent me. I'm going to show you guys the Cricut Joy. We're going to make a project together. We're going to do all of the crafty things, and I am just excited because I by nature am not a crafty person. Like, I am not a Pinterest mom. I've told you guys that a million times. Like, my stick figures absolutely are atrocious. That's just never been my thing. I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to do a lot of those things. Like, it's really one of those things where like I've heard people talk about the Cricut, talk about like all of their things that they make, and even people that have like Etsy shops that they use the Cricut to make stuff with. And it's fascinating to me, but I would have never in a million years like gone and bought one of these had Cricut not approached me. Like, let's just be real. When I used to think of the Cricut, I thought that it was just like way too much stuff, too overwhelming. And I'm not gonna lie, when they sent me the box of stuff that I'm gonna show you guys, I was like, oh dear, like what did I get myself into? This is like a lot of materials and things. But I know that I'm not the only one, because when I told you guys on Instagram that I'm working with Cricut and you know they sent me all this stuff, a lot of you guys told me that you guys got the machine once upon a time ago for Christmas, for your birthdays, and it's been sitting in the closet. So I hope that this video, if anything, inspires you guys to go and get that out of the closet and start using it, start practicing, make a project. Everything, my friends, is about trial and error. The more that you do something, the better that you get at it. I am a big believer in that. So if you guys are looking for like a expert pro tutorial, like this video is not it. This video is for absolute beginners. This video is for someone who doesn't really know how to do any of this crafty kind of stuff, and somebody who wants to know like, is this something that I might enjoy, something that I can do. You guys will get to see the machine, see all the materials I picked up to make some things with me. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. We're just gonna like chit chat and stuff. I'm gonna tell you guys that I already set it up. That was like the one thing that I did. I set it up on my computer. When you do get your Cricut, there's like a software that you have to download. It's super easy. I don't know if you consider it an app or a software, but it's called Cricut Design Space, and that's like where you're making all your designs and stuff. It's very easy to like set up your machine, create a username and password, all of that. So I did that, and I also did like a test project, because like when you set it up you do like a test project. That came out atrocious. That was not very good. So I'm hoping that my first real legit project that we're gonna do together today is a lot better than that. But let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. What am I gonna be using today? So inside of this cute little bag, isn't it cute? Like all of the stuff like fits in here. Inside of here I have the Cricut Joy. So this is the smallest Cricut machine. This is what it looks like, you guys. It is a cutting machine. Do you see that? You see how beautiful that is? So believe it or not, this little device is super powerful, and you can use it to cut a bunch of materials. You can use it to cut fabric. You can use it to cut vinyl. I'm gonna mostly be working with vinyl because vinyl is something that like sticks onto a lot of things. I feel like myself, I'm probably gonna use it the most like to make things like mugs, or like to make the kids like little t-shirts. And like if I had a baby, like I would be making little baby onesies and things like that. So there's like iron-ons that you can use, but a bunch of materials that can be used with the Cricut Joy. So Cricut, as like a company, they have a bunch of these different machines, and some of them are much bigger, some of them are more powerful. But for me and like my needs, I feel like this is the perfect starting point. It is small, compact. Like look how tiny this thing is. It's not gonna take up an entire room in my house. It's not like I need an entire dedicated desk for it. So I'm really glad that this is the one that I'm gonna be working with. So I'm gonna set this up here on my desk, and I wanna make sure you guys can like still see it. I do have to plug it in. It comes with like a cable so that we can hook it up to the power. So it's not like it's cordless or anything like that, but I'm just gonna hook this up really quick. You guys hear that? So that tells me that this thing is on. All right, so I have this giant box here of Cricut materials. I just want to give you guys like an idea of things that you can use the machine to make. So I have a bunch of cards. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Is there a glare? So these are insert cards. One of the things that you can use a Cricut for is to make these really cute like greeting cards. I think that's pretty neat because I don't know about you guys, but I'm the worst at like going and like buying cards, and like when I have an event I wait till the last minute and then I'm looking for a card and I don't have one, or you go to the store and the cards are like $6.99 now, which is ridiculous. So you can make very personalized cards with these, so I think that's really nice. I'm probably not gonna make one of these today, so I'm gonna leave these here on the side. What I am mostly gonna be using is vinyl. So just to give you an idea, this is what the vinyl looks like. And back here, you can get a good idea of like what you can use this to make. You know how like on Etsy and stuff and all these shops, like you see a lot of water bottles and stuff that are personalized. Those are some of the kinds of projects that you can make with the Cricut. So this is smart vinyl, and what's nice about the Cricut Joy, and again, let's kind of backtrack here. So when I got this entire box of materials, can we see that? Do you even still see my face? Like all of these materials, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? What is this? What are these mats? Like there's a big mat, there's a little mat. This one is a standard grip mat, a light grip mat. What do you need a mat for? What is going on here? Like I didn't know what to do, okay? So we're figuring this all out together. Cricut has pens. Cricut has these tools, like these operation tools. This is their starter tool set that we are gonna use today because I've been watching a lot of tutorials and you are gonna want to have tools like this. So I can definitely see how like at first glance, it's very overwhelming. You're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do with all this stuff? But I think it's gonna work out well. The nice thing about this kind of stuff is that there are a lot of tutorials online that can help you. I highly recommend, if you have a Cricut, if you have the Cricut Joy, if you're thinking about going out and buying one, watch a couple tutorials, watch a couple people do some projects. And I highly recommend also taking some time to learn the Cricut Design Space, which is the software. It doesn't take a long time to learn it, but I think that if you watch some kind of tutorial first, you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable using it, and we're gonna get into that like when I start actually working inside of Design Space. But I think it's beneficial to kind of know a little bit how to use it. Believe me, if I can figure this out, if I can make something, you guys, everybody can make it. But getting back to the materials, these are all smart vinyls. So this is like a pink vinyl. So if I wanted to make, like, I have this mug here and I wanted it to say Kayla in pink letters, this is the material that I would use, and maybe that's what we'll do. I'm not really sure. So you have different colors of vinyl, right? So this one is gold, and if I wanted this mug to say mama in gold, I would use the gold colored vinyl. So you have a bunch of different colors that you can choose from. I got one that is silver. I have a black smart vinyl, and then they also have like shimmery ones. Like, can you guys see that? This one is like a iridescent kind of sparkly one, which is actually very pretty. And then you have materials for things like shirts, like I was talking about earlier, like things that you want to use on canvas, things that you want to use on cotton, like things that you're going to use, like if you were going to make a t-shirt, you have smart iron-on products. So I'm not going to get into like all of the materials, all of the different things, because I want to show you actually me making something. But point is, Cricut as a whole is a very powerful tool. It cuts like almost 300 materials. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it. Most importantly, for the stuff that we're gonna do today is, I would say that to start off with like some vinyl and also some transfer tape. And I'm gonna show you what transfer tape is. All of this was very new to me when I first got this box. Believe me, I had no idea what this was for. So there's still a bunch of stuff in here, but how about we just hop in and make something. I am gonna run downstairs and get some scissors though, because I wanna make sure that I have everything that I need here, because I am gonna end up needing to cut some stuff out. So let me go do that really quick. All right, so let's just see. I don't know, you guys, this is an experience. We're doing this together. Let's see if I can figure out how to make a little tumbler. So I have this tumbler that I actually had gotten from an Etsy shop once upon a time ago. The girl that owned the Etsy shop had sent me a personalized tumbler with my name on it, but the vinyl like kind of like got wrinkly over time, so I just took it off. So I have a blank tumbler here that I wanted to like put my name back on. So I don't know if I'll have it say mom or Kayla. Maybe I'll have it say Kayla. So I'm gonna just hop into Design Space. Let's play around with some designs. So if you guys have never heard of Design Space, with Design Space, this is like where you're gonna go to create your design that you're gonna put on your project. So you can upload images, you can type out names. This is where you go to customize things that you're gonna put on a shirt. Whatever your design is that you're printing, you're gonna go in here to make it. The Cricut Joy, I'm gonna tell you, is designed for projects that should take you like 15 minutes to make. It's supposed to be just very fast projects. This Cricut Design Space is also a mobile app, so it's meant to be so that you can make projects like on your phone, like while you're sitting on your couch, you can design some stuff and then send it to print, and it's just supposed to be very quick. So let's go in here. We're gonna play around with this. All right, so we're gonna go to projects over here, see if there's anything that has already been made for me. One of the nice things about Cricut Design Space is that you can go on here, and if you see a project that you like that is like along the lines of something that you're trying to do, you can just click on that. Like if I saw this pop-up mug, which might be appropriate, like, you know, for Father's Day. If I had these materials that are over here, then I could literally just click make it and I could just make it. Like, I don't have to design something from scratch. So this one I kind of like, this one that says enjoy every sip wine glass. I don't have a wine glass. I have this tumbler. Actually, I do have a wine glass. Should I make a wine glass instead? Let me show you guys what I have. I do have this wine glass. I went to Walmart to look for like some blank things that I could use to do this kind of stuff, and these were like 98 cents, so a good price for these little wine glasses. So maybe we'll just do it like this. I don't know, and then I'll save the tumbler, like to maybe customize it, put my name. Let's just start with something simple, right? This is already done for me. It's here. Enjoy every sip wine glass. I don't have fuchsia, but I have pink, so maybe we can do pink on the wine glass, see how that turns out. So, oh my god, I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you guys think that it's gonna come out awful? We shall see. So what's nice about here, like I said, is I can just click make it and it's just gonna make it, you guys. It's gonna make it for me instead of me having to design something from scratch. So I'm gonna open up this smart vinyl. So it is my understanding that when you're using a different machine that's not the Joy, you're gonna have your vinyl, and then you're also gonna need like a mat, one of these, to feed it into the machine, right? Because I guess the machine is like cutting things, and you need something that is gonna allow the vinyl to like stay in place. So you put a mat in there so it stays in place. The Joy is even simpler because they have what's called these smart materials, and with the smart materials you don't need a mat, so that's why they're smart. They're very smart materials. Okay, this is pink and other colors. I thought this was just pink. This is pink, this pretty like aqua tealish color. Oh, I'm so excited because now I have other colors. Oh my god, that makes my heart so happy. I mean, I'm still gonna probably do pink, but now I have like all these other colors that I can use for projects. All right, I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see the machine. All right, so what I'm doing with my smart vinyl is I'm just putting it right into the machine. This little thing here, just to show you, this is a blade. So that teeny tiny tip over here, that's what's cutting the material, which is why this is what goes in the machine. That's what's doing all of your cutting. It's amazing how something this size can make, you know, projects like this. So I'm gonna feed this in there, and then I'm gonna go over here to my computer and I'm just gonna follow the prompt. So this one is saying, how are you gonna load all of your materials? Without a mat, on a mat. This one is without a mat. I'm gonna hit done. Shows you my artwork without my mat, shows you the inches, it shows you like the size of your project. I'm gonna hit continue, and then I'm gonna select what material I'm using. I'm using Smart Vinyl Permanent. Click on that, and then that's it. Load the blade, load the materials. It's checking to make sure that I have enough length of material, and then I just click on go. Let's see what happens, you guys. I'm like nervous but excited too. Okay, is that it? Did it do it? Complete, unload. Did it do it? Okay, looks like I did it. Okay, so I really want this to focus so that you guys can see. You guys can see, I think, very lightly. See how there's words? You can see it. Enjoy every sip. That's the machine that cut out those words. Okay, so that's great. That's wonderful. I have this paper. Like, how do I get it onto a wine glass? So that's what we're gonna do next. So the first thing that I have learned through watching some tutorials is you wanna make sure that you get your design and you cut around it, right? Like, I don't wanna work with this entire piece of thing. So I'm gonna cut around where it says enjoy every sip. And I'm trying not to waste a ton of material, but it's my first time, so I need to, like, you know, kind of see what I'm doing here. So I'm just gonna cut around that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this process called weeding, and that's what we're gonna use this little tool set for. So when I did my first test project, your first instinct is to see this and wanna peel off this, like the words and stuff, almost like a sticker, right? Like, you see the word enjoy, you wanna kind of get that E, peel it off and stick it onto this wine glass. That's not what you do, okay? Like, that's what I did kind of with my first test project. That's not how you do it, you guys. So what you need to do is you need to get some transfer tape. Step number one, you gotta get some transfer tape. So I have my design, I have transfer tape. I'm gonna cut the same amount of transfer tape as this little square of my design. And then I'm gonna use the transfer tape to transfer my design to my wine glass. So let's do that. So I guess technically the next step really would have been to weed the design first, but I'm going to show you that anyway, and then you could get the transfer tape, but whatever, we're doing things kind of my way here too. So you know, as I go, I'll learn better steps, and as I, you know, do more projects, I'll get more into a routine. But most important is that I have my design and I have some transfer tape here. So let's see if we can figure this out. All right, so we are gonna do some weeding, and I know that I don't have a lot of space here, you guys, okay? But that's another reason why I like the Joy, right? Because I don't have a lot of space to do arts and crafts, so I've got to make it work here in my little space that I have. So I'm going to take out the weeder. This is just what's going to help me to get into the little tiny pieces in my design. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to remove all the stuff that I don't want to go onto my design, because I'm going to transfer this design using the transfer tape onto my wine glass, but I don't want to transfer all of the background, all of the inside of letters. Like if you have an O, I don't want to transfer the inside of the O. So I'm gonna weed that out, and hopefully this isn't too complicated. Bear with me, I have never in my life done this. This looks like the thing that the dentist uses to clean the inside of your teeth. That is terrifying, but see, that wasn't too bad there. You see, I'm just peeling up the corner, and I'm trying to like not ruin everything else. But see, as I go removing that vinyl, I'm left with the design that I actually want to put on the wine glass. And I'm trying to gauge like how fast I can pull on this. But that, can you guys see that? Like, that is so satisfying. Wow, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder to do. But you see, there's like some little pieces in here that I want to get rid of. That's why using a weeder is handy. Like the inside of this O here, gonna take that out. And the inside of the E, I don't want that. You guys, I can smell success. I feel like I've gotten so much farther than I did with my test project. So like if this comes out even remotely good, I'm gonna be so impressed. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. So now I have my design that I want to put on here. If I took off every letter individually and put it here, you know how complicated that would be and how miserable I would feel doing that. That would be not good, and everything would not be aligned and straight. So that's what you use your transfer tape for. See if I can get this part right, because I haven't done this. Okay, so the transfer tape has like 2 layers. So I'm trying to take off the back layer. I'm peeling off the back of it, and I'm going to put the sticky part of this onto my design. Maybe I could have gotten a little bit straighter, but it's me, so I did not. And then I'm getting this little spatula thing so that I can make sure that it's nice and smooth. And I'm doing this because I've seen other people on the videos do this. And like I keep saying, the more that I'll do this, the more, you know, like the better I'll get at it. But for now, what I'm trying to do is get my design, the Enjoy Every Sip, to stick onto this so that I can stick it onto the wine glass. So do we think it did that? No, it did not. So what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Am I supposed to do it like this? Oh, okay, now it's sticking. So was I supposed to like push on this side? I don't know, you guys. I'm gonna have to look back and see what I'm supposed to do here with this transfer tape. Kind of look into that more. Maybe I needed to just press more. Obviously, if you're watching this and you know what you're doing, I don't know why you're watching this in the first place, but if you know what you're doing and I'm doing something wrong, help me out, please, and tell me where I went wrong. Okay, you guys, I cannot find what I did wrong, so we're just gonna try to get this to be stickier onto the transfer tape. I'm gonna do this on the back too. This should, in theory, transfer. See how the transfer tape is picking up some of the design? That's what we want, but I want it to pick up the whole design. Now it seems like it's working better, but it's not picking up all of it. So I'm gonna keep working at this. So I'm trying to peel this back like one line at a time and just kind of going into that vinyl like line by line to make sure that I'm picking up all the pieces, but I feel like we're getting closer. Heck to the yes. So you see, now we've got it on the transfer tape, and what I have to do is now put it on the wine glass. So there's no like front or back of this wine glass. I'm just gonna put it right here because that's where it landed. So we've got it here, and now I'm just going to press, kind of make sure that there's no bubbles. I mean, look, at this point I'm pretty sure there's gonna be bubbles because it's my first project. I'm sure there's a way to not get bubbles, but this is your girl learning. We're gonna now try to go in with the spatula, get everything down how I want it, because that vinyl is sticking right onto the wine glass. Are you guys nervous for me? Because I'm like sweating over here. This is ridiculous. I have a couple bubbles. Okay, so we're gonna have some bubbles. We're just gonna, it is what it is. But maybe we'll have to try it again if it's like really bad. But I think that for my first project, we have to have like a starting point, right? We have to have somewhere to start. Next time I'll try to make it so that I start at the top and don't put anything, any pressure on the bottom before moving down. That's gonna make me so sad because I'm a perfectionist, but whatever. But I'm gonna peel back this transfer tape and you guys are gonna see that now I have, that is so cool. Now I have words on a wine glass, you guys. This one is not fully stuck on there. So the only thing that really got moved around was this bottom piece. I wonder if there's a way that I can kind of fix it. And here we go, you guys. I wasn't quite able to get it like perfectly like where it was supposed to be, but I think that for my first project, I'm pretty happy with that. So tell me what you guys think. I can definitely press in just to make sure that there's, you know, I want to make sure that these are gonna stick on here. So that is gonna be my finished project, and I feel like for my first Cricut project, I'm proud of this. I'm gonna keep this so that I can remember how far I've come. But that is pretty cool, you guys. I'm gonna speed through, and I'm going to not do it on camera. I'm gonna do like the same thing, but I'm gonna do it on the tumbler and see if maybe by doing another one this time around it'll be a little bit better. Okay, you guys, so I have a tumbler. I am so proud of myself for that one. Can you guys see like the full name? Like, it says my name on it. This came out so cute, and this one was 1,000 times easier than this first one. I think because like since this design had like three different lines, like it was harder to like line everything up and smooth it out so that there were no bubbles. This was a lot easier, like just a basic name. And I love how it turned out. I think that like this is my second project only. Like this is only the second thing that I try to make. So I'm very impressed. This one literally took me like, I think like 5 minutes to make. Like the hardest part, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think the hardest thing when you're making these designs is like finding the right font, figuring out like what your design is going to look like. Because remember, I made this one from a template, this one I made from scratch, and this font I downloaded from Cricut Design Space. I paid $4.99 for the font, but now I have access to it forever. So I feel like that's kind of like the hardest thing, to like figure out what font you want, to like have a collection of what font you're going to use for your designs, figure out what you want it to say. I did want my name to be like a little bit bigger, so I was like sizing it. So like figuring out all of those elements inside the software is like the hardest part, the actual design. But then once you know what you want to put on your blank canvas, it's super easy. Like the system walks you straight through it. Like you literally, it tells you what materials you need. It tells you like you have to pick the buttons that say like what kind of materials you're using. So for this one I chose a smart vinyl. It tells you load now, it says click go. Like it's super easy to use. Just like the design elements that you kind of have to figure out, and definitely the more that you get in there and play around with it, the better you're gonna get at it. So I think that this turned out so cute. I'm so happy that now I have somewhere to drink my iced coffee out of. I was so sad that this one was plain, but now it has my name on it. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is something that you guys could do too? I mean, clearly if I just did this, you guys can do it. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit of testing things out, but this is not a hard thing. Like it seems overwhelming, there's a lot, but I am so excited to like start using this more and to start just working with different materials and working on different things. I'm gonna show you, I went to Walmart this past week, and I picked up some things that I can use to just create different projects with. I think maybe this would be helpful if you're trying to figure out like, okay, like what can I make? Or a lot of you guys, like a lot of people buy the Cricut and the Cricut Joy in hopes of creating some kind of an Etsy store to bring in some extra income. I think that's a fantastic thing that you can do if this is something that you like to do and you want to, you know, make hats or make shirts. Like this is definitely the way to go. What I like about using the Cricut Joy for something like that, like a new venture, like a lot of you guys that watch my videos, you guys are stay-at-home moms, and a lot of people want to start some kind of like a side hustle. And I get questions all the time like, how can I make money from home? How can I bring in a little bit of money? I'm not saying that you're going to start an Etsy shop and like day one you're going to be making millions of dollars, but I think that this is a good route because it's not super, like it's not like a huge investment in terms of cost. Like this Cricut Joy is very affordable. I think it's $149. So in terms of like overhead, it's not like you're dishing out thousands of dollars to start a new business. Like this plus the materials were actually pretty cheap. Like I thought that they would be more expensive because I ended up buying a couple of these on my own because I wanted like different colors. I think maybe I saw some on Amazon for like $6.99, $7.99. But if you're making a lot of projects, then you know you're gonna end up getting your money's worth. But anyway, let me just show you guys the things that I got. Maybe this will give you guys some inspiration, and who knows, maybe here on my channel you guys will see some more videos like this. If you want to see them, let me know. I'd be happy to make more of them. But anyway, from Walmart I got these like little plastic cups. These are good for like outside now that it's like summertime and you're spending a lot of time outside. These I got very affordable. I think they were like 50 cents. So imagine if you buy these for like 50 cents, you put somebody's name on it and you sell it even for $3, you already made a profit there. So I got those. I also got these that I thought would be fun to maybe do something with, like for Memorial Day, 4th of July. Not sure what I'm gonna do. These I feel like are super popular. These clear mugs, I think you see a lot of these with people's names on it or like mama. So I'm gonna probably play around with a few of those, and those are also very affordable at Walmart. I also got these champagne flutes. I see these all the time, like with people's names on them, especially like for bridal parties. I've seen some that say bride, and these were also, again, everything that I picked up I got because it was very cheap. So I didn't want to spend a bunch of money in terms of overhead to create these projects, which is again one of the reasons why I think like creating an Etsy shop and having a Cricut is, you know, something that might be worth looking into. Whenever I'm talking about like starting a new business venture or, you know, trying to think of ways to make money, I always like to tell people to start with like the essentials. Start with what you have. Obviously you might not have a Cricut, but maybe you start with the Cricut Joy before expanding and getting one of the bigger models. Same thing with like vlogging and stuff. When people tell me, oh, I want to start vlogging, what camera do I need? I just tell them, look, start with your phone or start with a very cheap camera, because you don't even know if you're gonna end up liking it, and I don't want you to spend a fortune and then never get any kind of return off of it. So these are some of like the glassware things that I got. I also picked up these mugs, but I'm not sure if they're gonna be good because they're a little bit like, you know, they've got the indentations. I might try it to see if I can make something like that, but we shall see. I also picked up this little water bottle. This is a plastic water bottle. I've seen a bunch of people make people's names, you know, and then sell those. I also saw this little snack, this little plastic snack thing. Like, I figured maybe I could write snacks on it, like for the kids. I thought that might be something that we could do. And then something else that you can do with the Cricut Joy, but you need another little piece that maybe I'll show you guys at some point. Another thing that you can do is you can print stuff on canvas. So think about a hat. You can create a design with the Smart Iron-On material and create some kind of a design on something like a hat. So I got a hat to try that out. I also got this little canvas wristlet for makeup or for whatever it is that I wanted to keep in here. And you can get some black iron-on, which I bought. I think that one I bought myself, the black iron-on, and then you can write something there, kind of how you see how like the little picture has words on it. That's something that you could do with the Cricut Joy. I grabbed this little wooden R because I thought maybe I could write in tiny letters or have the Cricut print out in tiny letters the word Riley and then put it somewhere. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. And then I also just grabbed at Walmart a bunch of, oh, I also got these, I forgot these. I got water bottles that I thought maybe I could write the kids' names on. I got this one for Riley and this one for Jackson. These are adorable. They were not expensive. And if I can write their names on it, that's even cooler. So maybe I might work on that. And then just a bunch of basic tanks and tees. This is definitely a good place to get some of those materials because like this tank top, how much is this tank top? The Granimals brand, like if you go to the kids section, the Granimals brands are like, I don't know which exactly this one was. Tanks, $2.98. $2.98 for a tank top like this. And then you can personalize it with whatever design you want. Things like onesies. I picked up a couple onesies. This one's 6 to 12 months. I don't know if it's gonna fit Jackson, but I got Riley this plain shirt that maybe we can put a design on. And then same thing, just a white tank top. I even picked up a tank top for myself. I got this gray one. Maybe I can write something on that. And then a couple just like tank top kind of onesies for Jackson. So I'm excited to maybe play around with some stuff that says like Mama and Minnie, you know, like that's like really popular. And just kind of see what else I can come up with. But this is definitely fun. So I think I might do, can we do like one more thing? I have this frame and I wanted to see if I could write the word family here, and I might just use the same font as the tumbler. So let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that now before we end this video. That'll be just like another simple project. All right, so this too came out adorable. This came out so cute. It's a little bit crooked because it didn't completely fit. I didn't measure out the height, but I love this. I feel like this is such a nice gift that you can make for people and totally customize it, put last names. Like all of my wheels are turning now, like all the things that I could make with the Cricut Joy, and I'm excited. Like, you know, like when you get like all excited about a new thing, a new hobby, a new venture, like you can make a lot of things. Like even if you didn't want to go down the route of like making a business and like trying to sell things, even just for yourself or for family members, like it's really cool if you know, if you have like a member in the family who's like having a new baby or something, and you want to make like customized shirts, or you have someone in your life who's getting married, you can make customized glassware and all of that, and wedding gifts and new baby gifts, bridesmaid things. Like, this is really, really cute. Like, when I'm filming this now, Father's Day is like the next big holiday. You could totally do stuff for the dad in your life, for your husband, from the kids. This is super cute, you guys. So like I said, I think the hardest part is getting the fonts that you want to use. There's a bunch of like little graphics and stuff that you can download from Etsy. Some of them cost, I don't know, I haven't really looked. Like, some of them are like 99 cents. Like, what you're looking for are like the SVG files. You can do a little bit of research on that. So you can download like some images that you can use on the Cricut Design Space. You can also buy them directly from Cricut Design Space. You can buy the fonts like I did from Design Space, or you can join that Cricut Access, which, if you're going to be buying a lot of stuff, it makes sense, because Cricut Access, I think it's $9.99 a month, and then you get access to everything, whereas I just paid $4.99 for one font. So, you know, you kind of have to figure out what makes sense for you. But there's a whole bunch that you can download for free online if you wanted to just use that to get started, to get familiar with the software. You can make gifts for yourself. You want to just make sure that whatever you're buying, if you're going to sell it, that you have like a commercial use license for it, otherwise you can get in trouble. But just for personal stuff, for gifts, you can, there's like a million things that you can download and use. But I'm very pleased with my projects. My little wine glass, and then my tumbler with my name on it, with my frame. The next thing that I'm gonna venture into are like the canvas products. So stay tuned, I'll let you guys know how that goes. I also want to make some labels for some organization bins. You can also make labels with the Cricut Joy. I forgot to mention that, I think, in the beginning. So I got some label paper. There's like specific label paper for that. But I hope that you guys found this video like helpful. I wanted to make a video that was somewhat instructional. Like, I didn't just want to be like, oh, look what I did, and that's it, because that's not really useful. But at the same time, I wanted to show you what it's like from a beginner perspective. I am a total beginner. These are the first 3 real projects that I have ever made with any kind of Cricut in my entire life, okay? I didn't even know what a Cricut was. I used to call it a Cricut, okay? Like, I used to talk to people like, oh yeah, I saw, you know, somebody got a Cricut. Like, I literally didn't even know how to say Cricut. So I was very new to this, and even though it can be overwhelming, like, look at my entire space now, right? Like, I've got materials everywhere. I've got a bunch of like garbage stuff over here, which I need to find a better system to like keep everything, and I don't want to be wasting materials. And, you know, I'll create some kind of system once I start doing this more, but it is not something that is hard to use. Everything is very user friendly. You can find step-by-step tutorials on whatever it is that you want to make. Like, if you want to make a shirt, go online, go to YouTube here, like on YouTube, and type right in how to make a t-shirt with Cricut Joy, and they teach you. All you need is like some time to commit to learning these things. Look at a tutorial for learning how to use Cricut Design Space, and it is not hard. You do not need a master's degree or any kind of degree whatsoever to use this, and it can be something that, who knows, maybe this brings you a lot of joy and gives you some purpose. And I don't know, I never in a million years thought that I would have made something like this on my own. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, that you got something out of it. If you have questions about any of this, let me know. All of the things that I can do to improve my work, if you guys are Cricut pros, let me know. Like, one thing I'll tell you that I did is, like, when I did this this little tumbler, see how my K, you probably can't even notice, my K and my A didn't connect fully because I hadn't set it up that way. When I did my frame, I was able to go in and connect my F to the A. At first it was separated, so I connected it. So those are like the little nitpicky things that I was like, oh wait, I remember that I could do this and move the letters closer together. So you go learning, but the only way to get better is to freaking start, is to go and get this and, you know, work on things, work on projects for yourself. So yeah, this was fun. This was fun. Definitely not what I normally do on a Wednesday night. Like, the kids are in bed and this is what I'm doing. But it feels really nice to like learn a new skill. Like, it really does. Like, at first, like I said, the first time I did my practice cut, I wasn't even weeding correctly. I literally peeled. I did like, I think I'll try to insert a footage of it here for you guys, but I just cut out a little crown for Riley. I just wanted to put it on something. I just wanted like a little test. So my test project was a crown, and I literally took that crown off of the backing of the paper like a sticker, and that's not at all how you want to do things. There were bubbles everywhere. I didn't use the weeding tool. I didn't use the little spatula thing. I used nothing but my fingers, and that's why I looked atrocious. So today we got somewhere. We definitely did better than last time. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe it got those wheels turning, got you thinking about maybe something that you can make, that you can sell. Yeah, and that's really all I have for you guys today. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I love you guys to pieces. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.